world's weirdest restaurants takes you to Seattle for a 60s circus
Welcome to the best night of your life, darling.
and a meal fit for a king.
Now that's good salmon.
Thank you very much, man.
Then, we're off to the Ukraine to eat in a steam generator and get all fired up over borscht and cabbage rolls. And I'm not just blowing steam. Then, we blow into the Windy City for a Prohibition-era speakeasy,
This is my flapper outfit. I flap on cue.
where it's not just the food that's packing heat.
And we don't have blue cheese, so don't ask.
Mamma mia! And finally, we fly to France to mingle and melt over a friendly fondue. You have to kiss everyone at the table.
Oh, okay then.
60s are alive at Tatro here in Seattle, where Jimmy Hendrix, Elvis Presley, and Bruce Lee are all alive and kicking. And I might add, eating very well.
We're the Galaxy Girls, and welcome to Teatro Zinzani.
What happens at Teatro Zinzani is magic.
And for about $150, you can experience that magic for yourself, along with an exquisite 4-course dinner.
Moulin Rouge mixed with like burlesque and then just circus acts.
Your time machine. She is improving.
But there's a story under this big top, and it makes for a unique dining experience. And there's no one better to tell it than the owner of the original club.
Well, in 1962, there was a World's Fair here in Seattle, which was a big, big, big deal. At the time, Elvis came and did a movie here. Also, Jimi Hendrix was here playing in bands, and so was Bruce Lee. He was here living in Seattle. So in one night, it is plausible that all three legends were in my nightclub at the same time.
And if those legends shared a meal, it's likely that they had one, just like these diners are having at Teatro Zinzani.
1962, what you'd have for dinner is what we wanted to celebrate. Meat, beef, iceberg lettuce, cheese balls.
Hi, welcome to Teatro Zinzani.
Thank you very much. I'll have the butternut squash soup, salad wedge, hand-cut beef tenderloin, please. And you know what? Just hard to resist that apple-glazed ginger halibut. I think I'll try that as well.
Welcome to the best night of your life, darling. This is Seattle, and it's gray outside, and you're wearing gray, so we have to fix this. A little poof.
Is that who I think it is up there?
Yes, that is Jimi Hendrix rehearsing with the band. And right here is our time machine. This is what transports us from 2012 to 1962.
Is there room for me? I wouldn't mind going back there.
Well, we'll take you, baby. We're gonna take you.
Look at this, it's the king making a peanut butter and banana sandwich. I can't believe that.
Now that's good salmon.
Man, can't wait to see you on stage.
Thank you very much, man.
Aloha!
Here is your roasted butternut squash soup.
You can tell this is made from real roasted butternut squash. You get the smokiness of the paprika, a little bit of zing from the lime, but it's all about the texture. I mean, this soup is as smooth as an Elvis Presley ballad.
And how are we doing at this table, ladies?
Oh.
Doing well, are we?
Wonderfully
Enjoying ourselves? My eyes are up here. My eyes are up here.
Tell me about your iceberg salad here.
It's delicious. It has a little blue cheese and some bacon on it. It's really good.
You know, a version of the wedge salad was introduced at the 1962 World's Fair here in Seattle as the salad of the future. The lettuce is super crispy. The blue cheese dressing is full of huge crumbles of actual blue cheese. Then you get the crispiness of the pancetta and the almonds. This is one wedgie I'd be happy to have over and over and over again. Amazing, that's a vertical tango. They have Bruce Lee, Jimi Hendrix, and the king himself, Elvis Presley. But it's Seattle legend Christine Deaver who steals this show.
Look at you, my tall Mormon on a mission.
The performers are out amongst the audience. We talk directly to the audience all night. We involve them in what we're doing.
I'm going straight to prison, aren't I? If I rub it really hard, will my wish come true? Maybe yours will.
It already has.
This is your apple, ginger, and pineapple glazed halibut.
That Asian slaw, so crispy. These rice cakes, very sweet. And this halibut, you can really taste the apple, you can taste the ginger and the glaze, the sesame, it's all coming together. This is a dish Bruce Lee would have done a backflip for.
Every now and then, I mean, there would be just somebody chowing down on their salad and you're doing like a one-arm handstand and you just want to grab the fork out of the mouth. Pay attention, like watch me for a second.
And look what we have for your main course, darling.
Whoa, look at that. Steak tenderloin smothered in mushrooms. Cooked to perfection, juicy pink, as advertised, tender. The only thing I would change about this dish is the name. I'd rechristen it Love Me Tenderloin.
It's our delicious decadent chocolate mousse.
Thank you very much. The chocolate, it's airy, but at the same time, it's so intense, super rich, super creamy. Talk about a perfect finale.
It's hysterical. I love the singing. I love the embarrassing of the guests. He got called up there, had to hula dance.
Oh, there it is.
You got big characters, big flavor, all under the big top. Now that's entertainment.
It's awesome.
It's amazing. One of the best experiences ever.
See you in 50 years, baby.
When they ran out of steam in the Ukrainian city of Ternopil, they transformed the old steam generator into a restaurant called Stary Milne. And it's no surprise that the place has generated an energy all of its own. This place has more detail than a Ukrainian Easter egg.
I transformed this old steam generator as an act of protest against the horribly boring architecture from the Soviet era.
Mikhail may get steamed up about communist architecture, but this restaurateur has no shortage of love when it comes to Ukrainian cuisine.
At Stary Milne, we serve traditional dishes just as our ancestors would have enjoyed, cooking near wood fires and over hot coals, all here inside my creation that came to me in a dream.
To fully appreciate what Mikhail has done here, you have to understand that this building is like an oasis of architectural bliss in a desert of bleak Soviet design. I'd like to try the green borscht, the traditional cabbage rolls, the meat casserole, and finally the meat kebab. That's all. Walking into the restaurant is like stepping into a hobbit house. There are 4 levels, and each floor is jammed with Ukrainian antiques. Old Ukrainian tapestries, telephones, casseroles, farm implements, earthware pots, old keys from the mill. You gotta love this huge windmill. All in all, there are over 3,000 artifacts in the building. Oh, look at this. At first, it appears to be a clay pot, complete with a lid, until you realize that it's actually a whole loaf of rye bread, hollowed out and filled with green borscht. And I love the fact that they serve it up with an old wooden spoon. This version starts with a meat stock, and it's got these vegetables in it, very rich, but a lot lighter than the winter version. You have some of the soup, and then rip right into the bowl here, which is this incredible, fresh, crusty bread.
I took over this abandoned steam plant 10 years ago when I was inspired by the work of architect Antoni Gaudi.
The amazing thing about the exterior of this building is it's all made from reclaimed materials, stones, bricks, iron, and wood. You've got spinning looms, copper pots, and a whole assortment of old wheels.
You'll notice that there are no right angles or straight lines in the building. Just like Gaudi, I take inspiration from nature.
Ah, my meat casserole. Look at this. This is just a great example of how much visual appeal a 900-degree oven can add to a dish. You've got pork, mushrooms, tomato, cheese, dill, and it's all sitting below this fluffy layer of eggs, the ultimate Ukrainian omelet.
The weirdest thing about this restaurant is that we have every single aspect of Ukrainian culture under one roof.
Time for a crash course in Ukrainian folk music.
I had the meat casserole. It was wonderful. All the dishes here are great.
Nothing says traditional Ukrainian food like cabbage rolls. You've got rice, ground meat, some mushrooms, some carrots. It's all wrapped around in this steamed cabbage leaf, which still surprisingly has a nice bit of crunch to it. It's very, very fresh. And then it's all smothered in this rich, creamy mushroom sauce. This dish makes me want to get up and dance a Ukrainian jig. When the Cossack army was in the field, they would dig a huge hole in the ground, fill it with burning wood, and cook their meats over it. It's a pork kebab served up with some pickled onions and a very spicy tomato sauce. The caramelized exterior of this pork is crispy and crackly from the high heat that it's cooked in. Inside is super moist. The meat itself, very rich, very, very strong pork flavor. This is about as good as pork gets, and I'm not just blowing steam. And just when you think you've got this place figured out, you step up to the 4th floor and run smack dab into a secret sushi restaurant. Gotta say, watching a sushi master prepare unagi here in the Ukraine is about the last thing I ever expected to see. Look at this. That eel is so smoky, the rice has the perfect texture, and that sauce on top is so sweet. And this is all the more impressive when you think about the fact that there's virtually no Japanese culture at all in this country. Start with a punk rock architect with a love of tradition, add a truckload of artifacts and an old world menu, and you've got a perfect night out in Ternopil.
The restaurant is beautiful. I love it.
Mikhail is truly a rare visionary. I mean, he took a crumbling building and he transformed it into the pulse of the community.
You always leave the place with your smile on your face.
Hey, can I run away with you guys? I think you said no. Chicago's known for its L train, its deep dish pizza, and its gangsters. So prepare yourself to step back in time as we visit Tommy Gunn's Garage, an authentic Prohibition-era speakeasy. Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. You got a password?
No, actually, nobody told me a password.
No one told you the password?
No.
Get up against the wall. Put your hands against the wall.
Like that?
All right. Yeah, like that.
More than any other city, Chicago has become synonymous with the Prohibition era. Tommy Gunn's Garage is an authentic 1920s speakeasy, a kind of illegal bar that was home to crooked politicians, notorious gangsters, routine police raids, and wild entertainment. From the moment you walk in the door, you're greeted by the savory aroma of rich Italian food, classic roaring 20s artifacts, and the gangsters and flappers themselves. During the Prohibition, places like this were the only place you could get a drink, and you can see this place is really going off.
You're having dinner and a show, and the booze is illegal. How fun is that?
It's just you?
Just me.
Well, my name is Muscles. I'm going to be your server tonight, all right?
All right.
Now, along with your main course, you get a choice of soup or salad. And we don't have blue cheese, so don't ask. Got that?
Got it.
All right.
The food at Tommy Gunn's Garage is the kind of food that a gangster would love.
Our menu has some really hearty dishes.
We have a kingpin prime rib.
We slow cook the prime rib for 8 hours overnight. It's the most popular dish in our menu. It's delicious. People come here for the show, but they're pleasantly surprised when they taste the food.
Don't call me chicken.
Don't worry, I wouldn't consider it. So, what'd you bring me?
Are you that slow? Don't call me chicken.
Oh, don't call me chicken. I get it.
Good.
Gotcha.
Eat your chicken.
Generous chicken breast, marsala sauce, mushrooms. Nice. It's the kind of dish your Italian grandma would serve you if she was a mobster. Wow, check this out. It's like the whole history of Chicago right here on the walls. You got the old newspaper covers, the man himself, Al Capone. Nothing says Chicago like a mugshot.
The original place was Colosimo's Cafe. All the celebrities and stars would come down here and mingle with the gangsters, the politicians. Ran by Big Jim Colosimo himself. Very hot spot to be seen back in the 1920s.
You like the booze?
Giddy up.
I know you do.
I think the weirdest thing about this place is the personality behind it.
When people get out of hand here, I gotta rough them up. I gotta break some thumbs. I gotta shoot them in the foot.
Bob, my favorite thing is I can get away with murder here.
So, Kitty, what's with the outfit here?
Oh, well, this is my flapper outfit.
Wow.
I flap on cue.
They used to call it the Chicago typewriter.
I think you should learn how to do the Charleston.
Here we go.
All right, here, go.
No?
No. You know what? Let's start with something easier. Crack the safe. You've got a credit card, right?
Big Bill Thompson.
Who's Big Bill Thompson?
He's the mayor. Where the hell are you from?
Oh, look at this. The salmon's just flaking apart. Nice hollandaise sauce. Oh, very nicely cooked. But, you know, more importantly, this dish serves as a reminder that if you don't behave yourself in a place like this, you're gonna end up swimming with the fishes.
I'm almost shaking, my palms are sweating.
You want a closer look?
I will not send anything back here.
So I like how you roll here. 1, 2, 3 cocktails.
People come here to have a good time, and by good time, I mean...
Gotta have a couple drinks here and there, right?
And you never know when the cops are gonna come busting down the door, right?
You sure don't.
If the cops come, we say amen, hallelujah, like we're doing a revival meeting.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Church of the Distilled Spirits.
Church of the Distilled Spirits.
Can I get a great big amen?
Amen. And the cops leave.
Big Jim Colosimo.
Look at this. This is what I call a Chicago portion lasagna. think I'm gonna readjust my napkin here. Gangster style.
It's got a lot of spice to it. It's got a lot of zing. It's very Italian.
Oh, moist ricotta, beautiful sausage.
That is good lasagna.
I got 2 words to describe this dish. Mamma mia! You know, when you mix classic Italian dishes, tough-talking servers, and hey, did I mention the hooch? How can you not have a good time?
It was really an unexpected experience. The food was outstanding.
It was so Chicago. This is what it's all about.
This is the best show in town.
Oh, you're from Canada, right?
That's right.
Well, this is a Model A.
The Swiss may have invented cheese fondue, but the French have definitely added their own twist. And it certainly doesn't get any more twisted than right here in Paris at Le Refuge de Fondue. This is kind of cheesy. And I mean that in the best kind of way.
Alors, le Refuge de Fondue est né.
Le Refuge de Fondue was opened in 1966. It's for people who appreciate fondue in an unusual environment.
So forget elegant dining. Because of its small space, this Parisian restaurant gives table hopping a whole new meaning.
Being so packed in like this is part of the fun. You kind of get to know people a little bit.
Alors, les filles, sans problème.
The only problem has been with girls in very short skirts. They don't want to do it, but we tell them it's tradition, and so they do it.
Mind if I join you for a second? You know, there's just no way to be subtle about this.
Really? You need to be open-minded to enjoy it.
Doesn't really get much more casual than this, does it? After ordering the appetizer, my choices were pretty simple.
Bonsoir.
Ah, merci.
Cheese or meat?
Cheese or meat, those are my 2 choices?
Oui.
I'll have 1 of each.
Okay.
Little aperitif to get started, a sausage, chorizo, and then some mortadella, green olives, sliced cornichon, chunks of cheese, and this, potatoes with a fiery chili sauce. But there's nothing like a bit of warm, gooey cheese fondue to extinguish the fire in your mouth. This room is really tiny. It's about the size of an average bedroom. You can actually touch the ceiling without much effort. And everywhere you look, the walls and ceilings are covered with signatures and currencies from all over the world. So have you added your signature to the collection yet?
I did. I put it up here.
First time I came here was 1980.
1980? Do you know where your signature is?
Oh, man. That was a long time ago.
And if you're still looking for your inner child, check out these wine bottles.
When people knock over their wine on the table, it never spills because the baby bottle keeps it enclosed. It also saves the customers cash by getting around a French tax on wine served in a glass.
Oh, that's the thing of beauty. It smells so amazing. It's bread, got a beautiful crust on it, just a little stale, which is exactly what you want so that it can stand up to the richness of the cheese. That is insanely good. It's so creamy, it's nutty, it's also very addictive. Time for a little tutorial on how the French make their fondue. All right, so we're starting with, call that a cup of dry white wine and a squeeze of kirsch. Kirsch is a cherry brandy. Pinch of salt, just a pinch of dried garlic.
And muscat.
Nutmeg. The French use 3 different cheeses. There's Emmentaler, Comté, and Beaufort. Little cheese fondue, you know, when I'm the king of the world, this is how I'm gonna eat every single day. Oh yeah. What do you think of this whole concept of drinking wine out of baby bottles?
I'm adopting it at home.
Are you?
Drinking with a baby bottle is a lot of fun.
I've never had wine out of a baby bottle, so that's different in itself.
Really?
Yeah. Big surprise, right?
Go figure.
It makes for really adorable vacation photos.
Ah, fondue bourguignon. Here's how it works. You get choice cuts of sirloin steak, a pot of boiling oil, and 4 kinds of mayonnaise. Plain, tarragon, tomato, and garlic. You take the beef, put it in the oil, you wait for a couple of minutes, and then you dip it in your choice of mayonnaise. Caramelized on the outside, it's gonna be nice and pink on the inside. Simplicity can be a beautiful thing. You know, in the beginning of the night, it felt really weird to be climbing over these tables, but by the end of the night, you just hurdle over them like it's no big deal. You take a piece of the beef, you stick it into a piece of bread, you roll it through the cheese, and you've got the French version of a Philly cheesesteak sandwich.
There you go, you're cooking now.
Eating fondue offers more perks than just great taste. It comes with some pretty cozy traditions. Did you just lose something in there?
I just lost my chorizo in there.
You know about the Swiss tradition, don't you?
No. The other person can choose something you have to do, and you have to do it. It's forced.
You have to kiss everyone at the table.
Oh! Oh, okay then. I better find it real fast.
Climbing over tables, writing on the walls, drinking out of baby bottles. This place flies in the face of every convention of a French restaurant, yet somehow it works like a charm.
If you can't have a good time here, there's something wrong with you.
It's just an experience that you're not going to get anywhere else.
It's silly and unpretentious and fun.
Woo! It's definitely weird.
Start with Switzerland's most famous recipe, make it with fine French cheeses, serve it up in a room where the fun factor is contagious, and voila, a recipe for success.